Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be walking you through this insane ecosystem connecting text-based AI agents to voice-based AI agents. So this is the process that we've mapped out for one of our clients. So they run a trades business, a construction, home renovation-based business, and we've mapped this all out for them. So they have several lead entry points here, right? They have the entry point where leads are coming in for a boiler installation, boiler repair, boiler servicing, etc. So these leads tend to come through various different platforms. So they can come directly through website, social media. They could come through paid ads, like Facebook ads, Google ads, whatever other forms of advertisement. And they will all come through. They're all received. They're all tagged, logged within the system, and organized. So as soon as they come through, we then pass it over to our AI agents. So we will have these outbound AI agents, which will contact these leads via voice and also via text. So initially, we would kind of engage via a initial outbound sequence. So this would involve using a voice agent, which is triggered via Make to Retail AI, or you can use VAPI or whatever voice agent tools you want to trigger. And that will start the outbound sequence. So we always double dial. We always use our voice agent to double dial the leads because a lot of people they won't pick up on the first ring, but then they'll if we call again, then they'll think it's important and they pick up. So we double dial. If they answer, we then come through this process. We then go and actually ask qualifying questions. So if the lead is unqualified, we will then log that in GHL. So in the CRM, which is Go High Level, we will log that and we will make sure that is stored within the CRM and we just kind of end the process there with that lead. But if they are qualified and they book, we will book them within Go High Level. So the voice agent will book them in over the phone and that will then hand them off to a human because the human will be able to, do the quote, do the survey, whatever it is, and, basically handle the lead from there. If they're qualified and they don't book, we would then go through this sequence. So we wait 3 days, we send a tailored follow-up via Go High Level. So based on all of the information that we've collected from the lead, we will be able to send a tailored text follow-up via SMS to that lead. We then go through a loop. So if the contact doesn't respond, we wait a few days, we send them another tailored SMS just to follow up, and we do that until we've sent a few of them and they're still not responding. So if they haven't responded, we then kind of disregard the lead and we leave it there. But if they don't answer the phone, then we would come through this process. So if they don't answer the phone, we would send them a message via SMS just to say that we phoned them, but they didn't pick up. We would then go through and actually send them a few follow-up messages to follow up with them. And we would also log everything within Go High Level. So if they don't answer the phone, we would still double dial them every single day for about 5 days. So this would be every weekday. And we will phone them up, double dial them until they pick up. If they don't pick up after 5 attempts, then we would just stop the voice attempts and we would end the process there. But if they do pick up, we would then come through this process and go ahead and actually ask qualifying questions, and then either get them booked in, or if they don't book in, then obviously we would follow up via SMS. If they are unqualified, then we would log them in the system as unqualified. And then we also have a process for inbound leads, right? So a lot of people, we might make these outbound phone calls, but then they might not answer at the time. So perhaps they would call back at a later time. So we have the inbound voice agent to handle those scenarios as well. But we also use the inbound voice agent if, it's a fresh new lead and it just, someone's maybe heard about the company online, seen the website, seen them on Facebook and wants to make a phone call. So if that's the case, we will come through this same process with an inbound voice agent. So the inbound voice agent would answer the call. It would fetch the data from Go High Level. So if we have data on this lead, for example, if we've spoken to it before, but they're qualified and they didn't book in, or maybe we've just spoken to them in the past, maybe for installing another service, then we would be able to log that within Go High Level. We would have all of that data stored for that specific lead. And then we can reference that data when speaking to the lead over the phone, when messaging them in text messages. So we can make sure everything is tailored and personalized to that specific lead. And we can then go through this process where we again ask the pre-qualifying questions. If they are unqualified, we will log that within Go High Level. We will then end the inbound phone call. If they're qualified, we obviously book them in, hand them over to a human, and again, log that within Go High Level. If they're qualified and they don't book in, we would wait a few days and send those personalized, tailored follow-up messages. And if they respond at any point here, it would then pass over to an AI agent via SMS, which would message them. Or you can even set it to just immediately trigger the voice agent as soon as they engage, and the voice agent would basically take the conversation from there. But once they've been followed up with several times, and we've sort of chased after them quite a bit, and they don't respond, then we will just disregard them, because obviously we don't want to pester people too much, and we want to make sure that we're only engaging and spending the actual time of the AI agents on leads that are actually interested. So that's pretty much the entire process. Everything here is built within Go High Level, and then the agents are built within Retail AI. For the text agent, we would build that within Go High Level, but we can also integrate third-party tools if we need added functionality, or maybe if we need a more advanced text-based agent. But yeah, this is pretty much a very detailed overview of exactly how these systems work. So if you want a system like this just for your business, then feel free to follow the link in the description below, and you can book in a call with myself. If you want to explore these systems a bit more, maybe learn them for yourself, or maybe even just explore how they could be applied to your business, then you can go and actually see the free resources in the description below as well. And you can visit my library of a lot of different resources. I think we have over 40 resources in there, and you can download them for free. You can test them out. You can watch videos on each of those resources, and then you can feel free to book in a call if you want further, if you have further questions about them, or maybe you want to use them for your business. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. If you enjoyed, feel free to subscribe, leave a like, drop a comment down below if you have any specific videos that you want more information on, or basically anything. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.